The United Nations recognizes access to clean water as a basic human right. Now, to tell us more about the importance is Waves for Water Country Director Jenica Beatriz Dizon, who joins us via Zoom. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Paulo. Thanks for having Waves for Water in your show today.
Jenica, first and foremost, can you tell us a bit more about Waves for Water? If I'm not mistaken, you've been there for almost 9 years, to be exact, eight years and 10 months na ata. Just what is the impact that Waves for Water is happening with regards to providing clean water to different communities here in the Philippines in particular?
Right. So actually, Waves for Water turned 11. So it was our 10th year anniversary last year. Waves for Water Philippines is a clean water access or a WASH, Water, Sanitation, and Hygiene organization. So what that means is we want to provide access to clean water and the system level services to everybody who needs it. So in the Philippines, it's still 1 in 10 Filipinos who don't have access to improved water sources. So what that means is it's not necessarily that they don't have access to water, but the quality and the availability, the accessibility of water is a challenge. Either they have to walk long distances, so that's a lot of time spent on just fetching water. They have to carry heavy jugs. It's women and girls who bear the brunt of fetching water for their household, so that's productive time that could have been put to work or to school. And then it's a leading cause of death. So diarrhea, waterborne diseases, unfortunately, is still a leading cause of death in the country because people don't have safe water to drink. So that's where Waves for Water comes in. We provide filtration systems that can use any fresh water source and that makes it potable for communities. So it's last mile service delivery because not all areas have access to centralized water systems or your piped in water infrastructure.
How far has your network reached with regards to providing clean water, with regard to rather providing clean water? Because this doesn't seem like a problem that maybe people from Metro Manila in particular or the Metro Davao, Metro Cebu areas are not as well versed in. So how far reaching has your work been here in the Philippines?
Yeah. Absolutely. So, for us to live in the city, we have water a few steps away from our tap. We have flushing toilets, but in many areas in the Philippines, we have presence in all 82 provinces. Water is still a huge challenge. So either they have to rely on hand pumps or your pozo or surface water sources. So your rivers, your streams that can get dried up or can get easily contaminated when typhoons come. And that's been such a huge challenge. And so now a lot of our efforts have really been focused on providing a response from Typhoon Christine and the succeeding typhoons that came after, Mars, Ophel, Pepito.
Yeah, you did work recently with regard to the relief efforts with the recent storms. Could you, because some people might not really think about providing fresh water to those who were hit by the storms kasi tubig yun eh. And you're here providing them quality water. What are the important factors with regards to providing the relief effort of fresh water, clean water, and of course, who are your partners in terms of collaborating with making sure that you reach all of these people?
Right. So I think knee-jerk reaction is to provide relief supplies, and that automatically includes bottled water.
Yeah.
But bottled water is, as only as good for when it lasts. As long as may tubig dun sa bote, that's it. But then also bottled water donations also cause a lot of waste, single-use plastic waste. So that also contributes to more complications. But there is a lot of water. You've just recently had rains. There's recharge in your wells. It's just contaminated. So likely your sanitation systems, also if not improved, have overflowed and caused contamination to your existing sources. So what we do are actually I have the filters with me. They're just really small and compact. They come in kits like these and they're attached to buckets. So very intuitive, non-intimidating to use. You don't need electricity, but what it does is filter out. So at 0.1 micron, it has a really fine membrane. It filters out protozoa, cysts, and bacteria that bring your waterborne diseases. So from cholera, typhoid, dysentery, your E. coli and coliform that gets mixed because of contamination, lahat siya natatanggal. So it gets removed. And what comes out is potable water. And the systems last for 5 to 10 years. So it's really your most sustainable way of providing long-term clean water access to communities whose water infrastructure, even if they had piped-in water systems, have been damaged because of landslides, because of the typhoons.
Jenica, there are going to be a lot of well-meaning people who want to purchase those for their own relief efforts or relief drives or helping provide clean water to far-flung areas. First off, how can they go out and access that and purchase it from you? And second, how can they reach out to you to help augment the efforts that you're already doing here in the Philippines?
Yeah, so first, we're a nonprofit. We don't sell the filters. Thankfully, we do have donors, we have partners. We're also working with government, DSWD. We've been providing DSWD with the kits as family filtration kits, especially for deployment and evacuation centers. But if you do want to get in touch with us, so we're on Instagram at Waves for Water Philippines. Our email is also philippines@wavesforwater.org. Wavesforwater.org is also our website. You can also catch us on Facebook at Waves for Water Philippines and reach out to us. So if you'd like to support our efforts, our donation channels are there. And if you know of communities that have clean water access needs, then we'd be very much happy to support. And please let us know about them.
All right, Jenica, before we let you go, a lot of people, as I mentioned a while ago, may not be aware that this is a problem for a lot of people in the Philippines. You mentioned 1 out of 10 Filipinos don't have access to quality water. What is your plea here to those who have not been made aware of this prior to this particular interview to actually go out and help support you guys with regard to reaching out and providing cleaner water to the rest of the Philippines?
So it's 1 in 10 Filipinos who don't have access to clean water, but you can definitely flip the script. Once you're made aware of the issue, that means that 9 out of 10 Filipinos can also help. That starts with us as individuals, how we steward our water, how we take care and be more mindful of our water footprint in terms of how we conserve water, but also in the products and the items and the services we consume, because this takes water as an input. And next level, if you'd like to support us, please reach out. We do have an open house coming soon on November 29. We've put the details out on Instagram if you'd like to be more involved. And as always, our donation channels are open. If you'd like to donate and have resources to spare, we'd be very much grateful for any support that can help us get these systems, this technology to more Filipinos in the country and make access to clean water a reality for everybody.
That is Jenica Beatriz Dizon, the Waves for Water Country Director. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing all your insights.
Thank you, Paolo. Thank you, the Billionario.